Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples, whose presence continues to enrich our communities. Miigwech. Would you please join us now in the singing of O Canada? O Canada, our land, we stand on God. We stand on God. And now let's turn our singing voices to wishing Councillor Palmer a happy birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacob. Happy birthday to you.
I'm way too young to dread birthdays.
You're implying. Okay. Okay, could I have a mover and a seconder for the approval of our regular agenda for today's meeting? A mover and a seconder. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Demarche. Any comments on agenda? Seeing none, be it resolved that the agenda for the March 11th, 2025 regular council meeting be approved as presented. All in favor? Thank you. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. Oh, I should mention that Councillor Valley-Kett cannot be with us today. Okay, could I have a mover and a seconder to table two sets of minutes, minutes from the February 25th, 2025 special council meeting and the February 25th, 2025 regular council meeting. Mover and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Any questions on said minutes? Seeing none, be it resolved that the minutes of the February 25th, 2025 special council meeting and the February 25th, 2025 regular council meeting be adopted as presented. All in favor? Thank you. There will be a closed meeting today. Council will hold a closed meeting during the regular council meeting pursuant to Section 2392 of the Municipal Act 2001 SO 2001 C25 as amended to consider the following matters: the security of the property of the municipality or local board, personal matters about a identified individual, including municipal or local board employees, and labor relations or employee negotiations. Move on to my mayor's remarks. Congratulations to Tweed and Company Theatre on their fourth win, third consecutive, being named one of Ontario's top 100 festivals and events. This prestigious list highlights exceptional festivals and events across the province, selected through a rigorous process requiring submissions from Festivals and Events Ontario members. An independent panel of judges carefully reviews the submissions to ensure only the most outstanding events make the cut. Representing Ontario's diverse cultural scene, candidates range from renowned festivals to cherished community events. This award is a testament to the dedication and passion of Tim Porter and Emily Mewett, whose 17-year journey has built a thriving theatrical and musical community in Hastings County. Council also extends its congratulations to Tim Porter, the artistic director of Tweed and Company Theatre, for being recognized as a changemaker and visionary with the King Charles III Coronation Medal. Mayor DeLine was also honored with this esteemed award. Congratulations, Tom. The past period has been relatively quiet. On February 27th, I attended a Hastings Council meeting. I've also extended congratulations to our MPP Rick Bressie on a successful campaign in which he increased his vote count by 2,000, securing 48% of the riding vote, closely aligning with the provincial Conservative average. Well done, Rick. I also wish to acknowledge and thank all our other candidates for their participation in the race. Liberal Lynn Rigby, NDP Jess Zelke, ONP Derek Sloan, Green Mike Holbrook, and NBP Glenn Tyrell. Additionally, I offer heartfelt congratulations to NDP leader Merritt Stiles, who will once again serve as leader of the opposition, as well as Green Party Mike Schreiner and MPP Ted Hsu for their efforts in raising awareness of the challenges facing the municipality of Tweed, Hastings County, and small rural and northern Ontario. On February 28th, I was invited back by CBC Ontario Morning to participate on a panel discussing the provincial election outcome. My key observations included Doug Ford's victory resulted from a perfect storm benefiting the Conservative Party, rising anxiety among Canadians, particularly Ontarians, over U.S. tariffs and the Trump administration. Ford's Captain Canada persona resonated, especially given federal distractions. Both Stiles and Crombie were relatively unknown figures. And there remains a societal bias towards male leadership in high-stakes political battles, especially when dealing with Trump, despite the strong, capable women running against Ford. And fourthly, winter elections are always challenging, difficult for candidates and voters alike, especially for those wintering in the South. Nonetheless, congratulations, Premier Ford. However, as has been a theme of mine, voter apathy remains a significant concern, with only 45.4% of eligible Ontarians casting ballots. The Conservatives secured an 80-seat majority with 43% of the popular vote, translating just to 19.5% of all eligible voters, an improvement from the previous year's 17.8% in 2022. In Lennox and Addington, 83,537 residents were eligible to vote, yet only 42,014 participated. MPP Brise won with 20,249 votes, 48.2% of the ballots cast. But this represents just 23.3% of all eligible voters. While this does not diminish his achievement, it highlights the troubling complacency around democratic participation. People in some countries risk their lives for the right to vote, while many here take it for granted. Voter apathy is a threat to democracy. Just south, where the U.S. president has openly suggested elections may not matter in the futures. Dictators do not seek voter approval. My hopes for the new government. First of all, MPP Brise receiving a cabinet position. His talent warrants it, and I don't understand with what I've seen at that table why he's not there. Reinvestment of Tweed's resident provincial tax dollars into our community. Major rural infrastructure investments to prevent critical failures. Recognition that rural communities can contribute to solving the housing crisis with affordable housing that encompasses all income levels. Implementation of our proposal supporting small rural developers with interest-free infrastructure loans repaid through home sales. Action on food insecurity. Enhanced efforts to attract doctors to community health centers. Ensuring respect and dignity for the homelessness, recognizing mental illness and addiction as health care issues. Moving forward, I will focus on the needs of our municipality. I will no longer advocate on behalf of Hastings County or small rural Ontario, unless invited to serve on an advisory committee. Those days are behind me. You are now my sole focus. MPP Brise has agreed to meet with CAO Pender and I this week. We will discuss pressing concerns, including deteriorating infrastructure, depleted reserves, shrinking funding capacity, necessary capital investments as identified in our asset management plan, potential inflation due to Trump-era 25% tariffs, food insecurity, and our rural developer infrastructure proposal. Additionally, I intend to propose that the provincial government assume all OPP costs during this period of economic uncertainty. This would free up $1.2 million for the municipality of Tweed to invest in infrastructure. A small token of how the provincial government can shore up support for small rural and northern communities during these uncertain times. It is time to set aside differences. MPP Breezy is committed to working with me and I with him. At present, he is our best chance for progress, and I will do everything necessary to collaborate with this Conservative government to ensure our residents' needs are met. Thank you. Yes, Councillor
Your
Philip.
worship, just a note, with our health system, my brother-in-law got his hand ripped off, a piece of steel flew off a building at a stop he made. $600 later, he was released from the hospital. Cash. Thank you very much.
Oh,
That's a direction we don't need to go in
No.
right now, I don't think.
thank you very much, Councillor Fleeter. Okay, well, now we're going to move on to our delegations. We have one delegation this morning, and this is, I'm inviting Ellen Williams to come to the podium, and we'll make sure that the mic is on. And Ellen is going to give us an update on the peace pole that we are looking at installing at Tweed Memorial Park. So welcome, Ellen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a long year. I didn't expect to still be at this stage, but here we are. Had a few struggles, but we stuck with it because it's important. So as our mayor says here, we am seeking approval for the installation of the peace pole in Memorial Park. Also, we're requesting the Works Department's assistance with foundation preparation, excavation of footing, and pouring concrete. Sharing project updates, including secured funding and timeline. I do have the sculptor with us here, Paul Shire, if you have any questions about details. And the project overview, the material is going to be a light gray Canadian granite with the dimensions of 8 inches by 8 inches by 8 feet. I sent a picture out. I should have put that with this.
That's okay, we got it in our package.
Okay, the picture?
Yes.
Okay. So where we, and it weighs 1,000 pounds. It's going to be, the design is going to be a straight pole with an 8 to 10 inch dove mounted on the top, and we'll have the languages of the message, which is "May peace prevail on earth," will be in English, in French, in Mohawk, and in Anishinaabe. So we have 4 different languages respecting the people from the area here. What else we got here? So we have secured funding to purchase the granite. We're going to continue fundraising because our goal is to have 1 or 2 peace awareness celebrations throughout the year for ongoing. And at the end, if we have any money left over, we're also going to do, we're adopting a pay it forward program that involves researching another community elsewhere in the world and asking them if they'd be interested in having a peace pole. And we would order that peace pole through the World Peace Organization with according to the languages that they want on it, under the understanding that they would do the same thing and do a pay it forward program too, so that we have the peace pole spreading all around the world to spread the message of peace. That is not the main focus of our program, but we really kind of like that idea, I guess I could say. So we need to, the urgency is that we need to get the granite fairly soon to give Paul time to create it. And we want to have the ceremony on the not on actual World Peace Day, but on September the 20th is a Saturday. We will have a dedication ceremony, and we have something planned for a celebration as well that same day. We're still working on that. And the goal is to have the pole installed well in advance to allow for final preparations to be done to it. The work department assistance would be needed for preparing the foundation, excavating 24 inch by 24 inch by 12 inch footing, and pouring the concrete base. The granite company would install the pole, and with the pinning and an epoxying to the cement footing with pins, 2 pins. And then we would be pinning and epoxying the dove to the top of the pole. Now, we did have some guidance from the Sergeant at Arms, Bill Brooks. He was Sergeant at Arms at the time. Apparently, he's not there anymore. To help ensure appropriate placement so it doesn't interfere with any of their ceremonies. The peace pole will complement the solemn and respectful atmosphere at Memorial Park. That is as important to us as it is to them. This peace project matters to Tweed because it's a symbol of peace and unity in our community. It enhances the beauty and cultural significance of Memorial Park, and it aligns with World Peace Day and promotes community engagement. There's also a tourism potential. The peace pole could draw visitors to the area as a unique point of interest, similar to the geocaching. What is that called? Geocaching.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It can attract travelers seeking meaningful landmarks. So the next steps would be to request approval of the installation in the park and confirmation Works Department's assistance and coordination of the project timeline. And we appreciate your consideration and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Now, if you could just stay for a moment at the podium. Thank you very much. Looking what is happening in our world today, you can't think of a better time to look at a symbolism of peace. So I want to thank you and your team for undertaking to do that. We can't make a decision on this right now because we have to go back to our roads manager and figure out like if this is something that we're going to be able to do. So we'll get back to you shortly on that.
Okay.
I would like it if you could reapproach the Legion now that Bill is gone, as you've mentioned, and just say that this is what Bill had set up and just get a confirmation because I don't want any other
Right, yes,
anything.
I have done that.
Oh, you have? Okay,
Yes.
so Pat or somebody there is fine with that.
Well, I'm waiting to hear back from.
Okay, good. Thank you very much because that's good because I don't have a problem where you've picked. I just I want to make sure that we don't get into any
Yes.
issues later.
Right.
And is there any comments or anything from anybody else around the table? Yes, go ahead.
Just echoing your statements, Mayor, I think this is the appropriate time to do this and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
These are very trying and very, very trying times for the whole world.
It
So
is, yes,
It's
yes.
very scary times. Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you for your efforts and we look forward to working with you on this and we'll get back to you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay. I just want to run out and get a coffee. May I?
Yeah, people get sick of me all the time.
Looks like broken. Let's have to master it.
Does it just keep kicking out on you, Lucas?
Definitely HDMI.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
C'est la vie. Okay, we're going to move on to departmental reports. The first one is from our Public Works Manager. Can I have a mover and a seconder to table the report from the CAO? What do you mean? I'm sorry. No, and this is the award. Oh, that's Public Works. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Over to you, Ryan. Okay, or can I have somebody table the awarding of the contract? Yes, thank you, Councillor Palmetier, and thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Sorry about that. It's usually the first one. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Ryan.
Thank you, Your Worship. We received 4 bids for the Public Works truck we were tendering for. 104 was actually the lowest bid for our truck, but the rationale to choose Benz Ford for us was we have a long history with them. They service a lot of our Public Works trucks, and for the delivery date, I believe, is a month sooner. So for the $9 difference, we chose Benz Ford. We spoke with Hunter Ford. They were okay with it. They understood the rationale, and I believe Parks and Rec will be getting their half ton through them as well. It did fall within budget. I know the number says 71,000, but that's with our HST included. So with our 78% of our 13% savings, it would keep us at about 68,000. So it is within budget, and we've ordered the truck, and
So funny, you do that all the time.
we haven't got hit with tariffs on it, so we'll get it within the next 2 months.
Okay, so that's good. So I think that was key there too, that we're getting it before tariffs come on, which is wonderful. Any questions on the selection? None, okay. So be it resolved that council received the award of item 1 report as presented, which is Benson, right? Yeah. Okay, all in favor? Thank you. All righty, moving down to the fire chief. Could I have a move and a second to table the fire department update, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarsh, and thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Over to you, Derek.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. As we've had been busy with the training and stuff there. We just finished our last weekend there, finished our NFPA 470 hazmat training. So that's our first group of 9 students that went through, and we're very successful doing that. It was a good one to do. And then we have right now, we're working on the officers are working on their 1021 certification course. They're doing their 40 hours online grueling right now, and then they'll be doing on March the 20th. They'll be doing their in-class portion there for 3 days, and then doing their testing for that. So that'll get them caught up in that department. Like I said, we've been working diligently with the tariffs and stuff here with the new truck and stuff, trying to get pricing and get things changed around. We have looked at both what's the differences between Canadian US. The problem is everything for that truck is built. The cabin chassis comes from the States, the body comes from built in the States, the lights, the pump, all that stuff comes to the States. So if it comes here, then it has to come in separate pieces to Canada to build. So we could get jammed with that. We're looking diligently right now to see what the outcome. We don't really know right now because of what's going on with the tariff thing. One thing we did find out with our previous there is that our truck has, if we were to buy the Canadian truck here and try to get the deal on that to go back, the problem is when we put the order in for it, it was a 3-year turnaround for the truck to get the truck built with that particular body. And so the thing would be is if they'd buy a truck, we'd get a 2026 truck and it'd be built on a 2028 truck. So the truck would have to sit for 2 years. And I don't want a truck that's been sitting around for 2 years. It's not really feasible to have something sitting around and rusting a lot, and it's not good. So we went back to them, looked at another truck, another body. They changed the smaller body. They make different size bodies for them. It's a little bit shorter than the one we were looking at. So we're looking at pricing on that one there. It's pretty much similar to the other truck. But we would be able to probably have it in about 2 years, like a 24-month thing. So we wouldn't have that stretched out to the truck and cabin chassis made up for years or whatever, and possibly have it within like 24 months type thing versus the 36 months of that they're looking at for the other truck, and not have it sit around for 2 years and rot, basically, the brakes and all that kind of stuff. So
Are they prepared to give you a price? Or
so the
that's
price
subject-
right now, that's what we're looking at right now, is locked in, trying to get a locked in price. Nobody right now wants to do anything with locking in. The only thing is they do look at is that the inflation, whatever, is basically right now what they're looking at is a 5% increase per year on the whole project. So he's getting back to me. He's working with Canoe Group. Well, that's Pierce that we've been working with from Canoe Group, and they're trying to get me some numbers. Like I said, we spent a pile of time in here trying to get this, and hopefully this week we get some more answers from the whole tariff deal, and with what a better price kind of thing. Because I don't think anybody right now will lock into anything at all. Like it's literally,
Amos also reported that the provincial government is looking at introducing legislation which is going to restrict any public entity under their direction, like other ministries or municipalities, from buying anything from the United States. So that, we'll wait and see if that happens, but that is something that we've been warned about by AMO. Yes, go ahead, Derek.
Emergency service
talked about that. The end of truck is all built, states, there'll be no tariff from the state because the whole truck is being built. When I come back to Canada, their understanding right now is, unless that changes, is that there will be no, Canada can charge a tariff on it, bring it back in. But the difference would be because it's an emergency service vehicle, they probably will not charge a tariff on it, bring it back in because it's an emergency service vehicle. I said I want some confirmation on that before we go through anything with that. So we're looking at all the angles we're trying to get around right now because there are several that are in the hot right now that they've got orders and whatever. So they'll know more. I mean, have to put them in the report through the next council or whatever. In the next few weeks, whatever, to see what's going on with that. Working very diligently. We spent a lot of people were trying to get us in this. It's crazy. So and get it as cheap as possible and we can got a few options and stuff that we have to make it work. But it's
Oh, Derek, is he online? Oh, you are. Okay. Okay.
so anyways, yeah, so that's where we are with that right now. Said we'll keep these updated on.
Okay.
I know all of our other equipment too, because most of a lot of our stuff doesn't use the equipment, both Eddie, that kind of stuff is manufactured in the States. There is some stuff in Europe that we can look at too, but whatever, but it's we're getting pretty stuck with some of the stuff, and then some of the suppliers are absolutely. We'll keep these updated and
Okay.
hopefully get something put together solid that we can get us confirmed.
Any other questions? Thank you, Derek. Seeing none, be it resolved the council receive the fire department update as presented. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table the Animal Control Officer February 2025 Animal Control and Livestock Investigation Report, please? Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said document? Seeing none, be it resolved that council receive the February 2025 Animal Control and Livestock Investigation Report as presented. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have, oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, we're a little slow on the draw, but I do see there's 2 fines.
Yes.
Levied there, so that's a good thing.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for mentioning that. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table the committee board reports, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Be it resolved that council receive the confirmation reports as presented. Now we'll go down. There's a special resolutions here for Committee of Adjustment. And we have, there's 2 of them. So the first one is, could I have a mover and a seconder to table severance application for B419/24 and B6/25. I'll do both of the movers and seconders and then we'll discuss them separately. Could I have a mover and a seconder for the first one, B149/24? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh. Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Let's discuss it now. Are there any questions? Fleeler, what did I say? Valiquette? No, sorry. I like him better than you. What can I say?
Already knew that.
Oh, no. Okay, Councillor Fleeler, sorry about that. So we'll any questions or comments on that one? Seeing none. Be it resolved that council grant consent for severance applications B149/24 as the first one was Councillor Palmetier. B149, was it? Yeah, it was Councillor Palmetier. Okay, be it resolved that council grant consent to severance application B149/24 as recommended by the Committee of Adjustment Planning with the following conditions. 1, all realty taxes are paid in full. 2, parkland fee is paid in the amount of $750 for the new lot. 3, ward widening is required along the severed lot to conform to 33 feet from the center line of the travel roadway, Moneymore Road, Tyner Road, Hawksback Road. Oh, gosh, I lost it. A public works manager is satisfied with site entrance on the severed lot and with roadside ditching and drainage. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table severance application for B6/25, please? Thank you, Councillor Fleeler, and thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarsh. Any questions on SID severance? Okay. Be it resolved that council grant consent for severance application B6/25 as recommended by the Committee of Adjustment and Planning with the following conditions. All realty taxes are paid in full. Parkland fee is paid in the amount of $750 for the new lot. Road widening is required along the severed lot to conform to 33 feet from the center line of traveled roadway, Moneymore Road. Public Works Manager is satisfied with site entrance on the severed lot and with roadside ditching and drainage, rezoning of the severed lands from rural RU to rural residential RR. All in favor? Thank you. Bylaws. Could I have a move and a second to table bylaw number 2025-09, a bylaw to appoint members of boards and committees for the year 2025 or until their successors in office are appointed, and to repeal bylaw number 2023-17, bylaw number 2024-49, and bylaw number 2024-88. Move and a seconder, please. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said bylaw? Yes, Deputy Mayor Marsh.
The only change was the fence viewers on this
That's
one.
right.
That's what I could see. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-09 be read a first, second, third, and final time, passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 11th day of March 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a move and a seconder to table bylaw number 2025-20, a bylaw to amend bylaw 2022-19, being a bylaw to impose administrative monetary penalties for violations of municipal bylaws. A move and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councilor Palmetier. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-20 be read a first, second, third, and final time, passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 11th day of March 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a move and a seconder to table bylaw number 2025-21, a bylaw to regulate the setting of open air fires and provide for fees for contravention of this bylaw and costs of suppression, and to repeal bylaws number 2021-10 and 2021-36. Move in a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-21 be read a first, second, third, and final time, passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 11th day of March 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table bylaw number 2025-22, a bylaw to prohibit heavy trucks on municipal roads within the municipality of Tweed? Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said bylaw? Oh, yes.
Just a question. This is the heavy truck one that's kind of targeting. Did we get the signs already for those or no? Or they're ordered or?
Through the mayor, yeah, they're basically ready to go. We're just waiting for the frost to come out of the ground and we'll get them up, so.
Okay, thank you.
That is so hilarious. Be it resolved that bylaw 2025-2022 be read a first.
In that
Oh,
bylaw,
sorry.
under exemptions, I didn't see local deliveries. It has emergency services,
Oh,
public
geez.
utility vehicles, waste and recycling.
I see it somewhere. I saw it here somewhere.
It just had exemptions. That's where I was, to me, that's where it should fit in.
I know I saw it. I was watching for that too. Oh, it said highway for parts of highway for deliveries or rules to any premises abutting there.
It's under exemption.
Yeah, it says, for parts of highway for deliveries or to or removals from any premise abutting thereon.
Okay,
That kind of like.
Yep,
that's right.
thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Be it resolved that, okay, we did carry, you're okay with that, Councillor Palmetier? Okay, thank you. Items for consideration. We brought this one back because you would like us to revisit it, Councillor Fleeler. Could I get a move and a second to table the City of Toronto request for expression of interest, REOI, residual waste? A move and a second, please. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. We're going to turn it over to you, Councillor Fleeler, so since you are the one that wanted to bring this back.
Okay, if I might use my phone.
Please.
Anyway. When Van Stream was agreed some 20 years ago, we brought up an issue that we should check out incineration. And I know this is something that we just can't say we're gonna build an incinerator. But with the needs from the city of Toronto and a lot of the major urban centers, I feel this is something that maybe it's not on our back to investigate this, but I thought if we had a spot that we could designate to build an incinerator to create power, it would help resolve the issue for the city. It would also resolve the environmental impact of burying garbage in the ground, destroying the groundwater. And as much as people don't like to think, you know, this is something we should do, it is in fact something we should do in my mind. Germany has done it for years. Other countries, European countries have done it for years. They found that it's environmentally acceptable, I guess I might say, to create power by burning garbage. And the other thing, they've got the city of Mississauga, I think, I'm not sure, I had it all in here, but so anyway, the Peel region has an incinerator there. We went and looked at that. Vance Drain went to the States and looked at these things on his own dime to check it out, to see if it was viable, to see if it was environmentally acceptable, to see just to try to push this thing forward, and it just dropped. The government at the time wouldn't even talk about it. But so Peel are up for renewal for their, they want to rebuild a generating station, but they put a recycling program in place that has cut the tonnage down from 300,000 tons a year to 150,000 tons a year. And they feel that it's not enough waste to make this a viable project to run a generator. The thing with recycling is you recycle, and I agree with the recycling, and I give our small kids the you know, the gratitude and they push this thing so that we did recycle, and back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, anyway. But if we don't have markets for the recyclable stuff, it goes in a landfill. So with the incineration, we take away the possibility of continuing to bury garbage in the ground. I don't know why we would ever do that to start with, but that's what it is. It is what it is, I guess you might say. But I think if we could talk to the city, I don't know if we could do this. If we could find a piece of land that would be suitable. Another thing that Vance also said, somebody said, well, how would you get the garbage here? He said, build a rail line. A lot of money, but in the long and skinny of the thing, down the road, we don't have the problem. We don't have, it's already looked after. It's creating power. We need power. At the present time, we're buying gas to supply some of our power generation stations in Ontario from the States. We need to really look at this, and like I said, it's not on us to resolve this issue, but if we can help, if we can put that out there and help, and they said that they would help finance everything. The government's got to step up to the plate, both sides, feds and the province. But I think it's a no-brainer that we do this. And I apologize for not having provided more details, but I've been under the weather a bit, and I just felt that we needed to talk this issue.
Any comments? Go ahead, Council Palmer.
Through the mayor, I agree it's the way to go. However, the difference between here and those European countries is they have Canada's population. from here to Toronto. There's a lot more garbage in a smaller space. That's the concern. I do get a little concerned that if there was a market, if it worked out well, that it would be going already. That they would have money into it, or one of the utilities would be doing it, like Hydro One. So that's the only concern. It's definitely worth looking into. We are between major centers. But that's the only concern I have is you'd think it'd be going more if it was viable.
Deputy Mayor Marsh, have anything?
Share some of what Councillor Palmetier said. I agree with the incineration, Councillor Fleet. I'm not so sure that, I think at some point during the future, maybe that's the way for us to go when we get to the point we're gonna become a transfer station when our landfill is filled, but I'm not so sure. Without a rail, like you said, I don't, our infrastructure certainly couldn't handle that kind of traffic coming through. And I'm not sure the population would, necessarily accept that idea, but I mean, it's something to look at for our own use even going forward is maybe a potential savings for transfer of goods and maybe some profit going to producing our own electricity. I don't think it's a totally bad idea. It's just where it comes from and we use it for ourselves is kind of where I would focus, but that's just me. You know,
Yes, Councillor Fleet.
Your worship, like, it's not a fix for today. It's a fix for the future as well. It's, and the population, and I agree with, Councillor Palmetier, that we don't have the population density that they do have in Europe, but, I've looked at future information that would say the population of Toronto will be, I think Toronto, Hamilton is around 9 million people right now. And in another 7-8 years, they predicted we'll be up around 14 million. So if we had this established and a place to send this, so the problem is, and it's also a money generator. It would be a money generator for us. But we're small potatoes in this way of thinking right now, but it would keep the so the waste right now apparently goes to Michigan. Well, with the president of the United States not in favor of anything Canada does, we're out of luck there. So we have to find a place to put that garbage. Where are we gonna put it? In the ground. I don't think that's where we should put it. So what I ask, could we send a letter to Toronto and see if there's any interest in trying to work something out? Or would that be feasible?
Okay, if I can comment on it. First of all, when I was on chair of Quinte Waste, we looked at this, okay? And we had people coming in doing presentations and the costs were prohibitive. And so they actually said no, okay? It just wasn't feasible for us to undertake to do that. I agree, you have to have a whole completely different type of infrastructure in place to be able to accept the delivery of something like that. I've got enough, I think we've got enough to deal with right now. Right now, we're fighting for infrastructure funding and whatnot. It's that, to me, that's the battle we need to focus on. If Toronto wants, and no doubt they will be threatened by the Trump administration saying we will no longer accept your garbage. That's on Toronto. I haven't got the time or the energy, nor do I want to put my staff, our staff, into having to look into this. So my recommendation is, thank you very much for tabling it. Thank you very much for the discourse, because you're perfectly right. But I don't think it's something that this council and this municipality can entertain looking into any further at this time. And I don't mean to detract from what you said, because what you said is extremely important and it has merit. Yes, please go ahead.
And the other thing, your worship, the monetary issue, I know it's a outrageous cost, but the daily or whatever it is, the garbage collection fees that are put into this thing right now would cover a good portion of
Oh,
this. cost.
sure, yeah.
And anyway, I appreciate your willingness to listen.
Okay, well, no, thank you. So are we okay if we, first of all, thank Councilor Freeland for bringing this to our attention. Primarily accentuating the fact that this is something that we're all going to have to deal with in the future, but at this time, it's not something that we really have the time and effort to pursue. Are we okay? Okay, thank you. I'm just going to go back to that. Thank you very much for talking about that, Bill Jim. Okay, so be it resolved that council receive the City of Toronto request for expression of interest residual waste. All in favor? Thank you. Ontario Clean Water. Could I have a move and a seconder to table the Tweed Drinking Water System Annual Water Report for January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024 from Aqua, the Ontario Clean Water Energy. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Any questions? I think it's a great report. We're looking good, so that's what matters. And this report is then put up on our website, isn't it? Okay. Okay, be it resolved that council receive the Tweed Drinking Water System Annual Water Report for the period of January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, as provided by Ontario Clean Water Agency, and further that the report be made available to the public by advertising in the municipal news column and by placing it on the municipal website. All in favor? Thank you. We have a move and a seconder to table the 2026 municipal election, a report to council in preparation for the upcoming 2026 municipal election. I can't believe that it's going to be here. Move and a seconder, please. Councillor Fleeler, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Any questions on this? Yes, please, Councillor Palmetier.
Sorry, Russia.
It's okay. I know you're thinking about all the presents you're going to get for your birthday today, and you're not thinking clearly.
Cards with cash.
No, I was just looking. Thought I read it somewhere, but I just wanted to be sure. We will have the office open again for
Yes.
individuals to come in.
Yes.
To vote online.
That's right. That's it. That's part of the process. Yes. Any other questions? Seeing none. Be it resolved that council receive the 2026 municipal election report as presented, and further that council approve the alternative voting method of internet and telephone voting be authorized for the 2026 municipal election and all subsequent elections, and further that clerk be authorized to select vendors and purchase any goods and services and equipment, including technology necessary to carry out municipal elections for the provision of internet and telephone voting services in keeping with the procurement policy in force and effect at the time of procurement, and to execute any required documents, agreements, or contracts in support thereof. And further, that the clerk is authorized to participate in a joint request for proposal for internet and telephone voting services with HCCTA, and further that an appropriate bylaw be brought forward to enact for an enactment at a future council meeting. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, we are now going to move into a closed meeting. Could I have a move and a seconder to move us into close, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Be it resolved that council go into a closed meeting at, Lori, 9:51. I'm just going to get some more coffee. Okay, welcome back. Could I have a mover and a seconder for notification of closed meeting and staff direction, please? Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Be it resolved that staff show, excuse me, be it resolved that staff follow council direction from the closed meeting. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table the correspondence information, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh, and thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Okay, I just wanted, I'll just talk to a couple of these. First of all, the Reverend George Best, that was sent to me as a letter, and I wanted to share it with the rest of council. The high-speed rail, I think we'll all, that will likely die at this point. But there was an article that I wanted everybody to see as an update. The others are just news articles and that from county council and whatnot. I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything anybody would like to draw out? Councillor Deputy Mayor DeMarche, please proceed.
The mayor, I know you just mentioned about that high-speed rail. We've been talking in the past and there's no stop between Ottawa and Peterborough. I think even a letter coming from us saying there's no other stops in between Ottawa and Peterborough. I still feel that we should make it known that we're open to it here. You know, I know it'll probably never come to par, but I think we should lay the
High
seed.
speed, but high speed, it'd be different if it was high frequency, but with high speed, they were talking, I was reading an article on it, that it would have to slow down so far out to be able to stop. And then it takes away the whole concept of the high speed initiative. So, in fact, I think the whole project's gonna die.
I don't think it's gonna go, but.
You know, right from the get-go. It's like, it's gonna cost billions and billions, and we can better use that money, especially what we're facing right now. And God knows with aluminum and steel, and yes, go ahead, Councillor.
I'd just like to say one thing. When I read this, George Best's letter, there's no enemy like a friend betrayed.
Yeah,
I mean, clear.
yeah, it was a good letter. That's why I wanted
yeah.
to share it with you guys. Okay, anything else? Not to take away, I'm sorry, Deputy Mayor Marsh, no, but you know, I know it's just, originally there were such great ideas and how that was gonna happen. We had great communications with CN. I mean, they were always keeping us up to date. They were calling Joanne and I went and saw them in Toronto. They were great communication. Now, nothing, nada. They've never called me. They've never sent me anything. Like, you know, ever, even though this is gonna be, that's right, exactly. Anyway, okay, so, I'll go back up here. Be it resolved that the correspondence information be received and filed. All in favor? Thank you. And could I have a mover and a seconder to table the committee board minutes, please? Thank you, Councillor Fleeler, and thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh. Is there anything that anybody wanted to bring forward? Talk about? Nothing? Okay. Be it resolved that council receive the committee board minutes as presented. All in favor? Could I have a conformatory bylaw, please? Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, excuse me. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Be it resolved that conformatory bylaw number 2025-23 be read a first, second, and third and final time passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 11th day of March 2025. All in favor? And could I have a mover and seconder to adjourn, please? Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Be it resolved that council adjourn at 10:41. Thank you very much. Great meeting, everyone.